Hey winners, wanted to talk about how to build a growth environment with whatever work, business, or team environment you are part of. One of the few steps is actually building a relationship of trust with those within your organization, the people you work with every day. How do you build a relationship of trust with them? Ask them how they're doing. Ask them how they're genuinely doing. Ask them what they did over the weekend. What are their hobbies? What interests them? And stop. Don't cut in and start talking about what you did. Let them continue to move forward and share with you what they're passionate about, what they have stored within. If they know and believe that you are genuinely interested in them, they will run through walls for you, knowing and believing that you trust them and they trust you. This is where the whole idea of like a player-led team comes from, where you have organizations out there in the NFL that are just run by the players within the field. It's not that the players are running the organization, but the players trust the coaches and the coaches trust the players. The second part to exercise when building a growth environment is ownership. Ownership over yourself, over your mistakes, not pointing your finger and taking blame, looking at a scenario that didn't go well, putting it on yourself that maybe you should explain something a little bit differently. Jocko talks about this often. That's extreme ownership. The other thing that you can do is give them ownership over their project. Instead of coming in and saying, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, say, Jim, what would you do? Or this is the scenario. We have this over here that needs to get moved here, but we have this amount of equipment coming in. What would you recommend? You know what? I'm going to let you run with this, but just bounce things off and just make sure you're doing it safely. Giving them an opportunity to exercise ownership gives them pride, gives them some type of vigor and passion to go forward. Exercising ownership and leadership and exercising ownership and giving them an opportunity to run with the project really goes far beyond. The other thing that you can do as well is challenge them, create some friction, create some competition, stretch their comfort zone when and where you can safely. A lot of winners like this. They don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. They want to get after some stuff and get busy. They want to feel challenged. At the end of the day, when you look back on whatever job scope you did over the last 3 and 6 months, it's usually the hardest scopes that you remember the best and that you laugh at with your boys and girls. Giving them an opportunity to be challenged so they can grow. The result of that test, you could actually see that, hey, these guys might be ready for something else, maybe a promotion, more tasks, more missions, whatever it is. Giving them a challenge and an opportunity to grow by being challenged and creating that friction. The last element as well that I would just encourage anyone to look at is actually encouragement. To building a growth environment, encourage them. Say thank you. Appreciate them for doing what they did. Goes so far when you just add this little type of value into their life. I know if my boss or my superior says, hey, Mike, thank you, appreciate you for doing this. Hey, no problem, man. A thank you and appreciation goes a very long way. These men and women are sacrificing their time, their money, their bodies to help you to achieve what it is that you want. Thank them, appreciate them. That's the growth environment. That's what I believe will help. Put this in, apply it where you need to. This is what I've seen has worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for you.